Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is technical analysis of First Solar Corporation, FSLR. Today is Friday, August 8th, 2014. We've got data in here through today. So this is a weekly chart that we're starting off with, and you can see First Solar first went public back in 2006. November 2006, came public just a little less $25 and skyrocketed all the way up to over $300. And then proceeded to, over the next few years, and this was in 2012, go all the way down. June 2012, hit around $11 a share. So pretty dramatic roller coaster ride. And my best interpretation of what I'm seeing, I'm a little concerned that it went below this IPO low. We could still be in some kind of, therefore, bear mode, bear rally, because a couple of things. This first move down, I'm calling A for now. Then we've got a zigzag B. Then we've got a sideways 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 is usually your strongest and deepest move of the impulsive waves. And so I'm pretty sure that we've got this A, B, C. But it could also be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rolling over to 5. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt that it's bottom down here and that we've got this ABC. Now, the reason why I'm a little concerned, still thinking we might be in a bear mode, is because we haven't gone above this low here, and this trend line hasn't been broken here either. Okay, so we're still in that, let's blow it up a little bit. I mean, we're still in that lower lows, taking out this low, and lower highs. We're still in that mode on a weekly basis over these multi-year type of situation. And the other thing that's going on, okay, so given that setup and given that scenario, what are we doing in here? If we assume this is a wave 1, let's say that this is the bottom, and let me kind of talk. So this is the bottom down here, and that we're then starting off with a wave 1. We know we're going to have a pullback of some kind, because you're going to have a wave 2, and then you do a wave 3 and go, okay? If that's the bullish scenario, if that's what's really going on here. So we take a look at this, and how is this wave shaping out? Well, we are getting, let's see if I can pull this down. We're getting bearish divergence on the RSI. So the prices waved up to higher highs, but the RSI didn't confirm on a weekly basis. DI plus did not confirm, and the demand index is not confirming, okay? So when I see all of those indicators not confirming, that tells me that this is looking like it's about to roll over and break down. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily chart. So let's back this off so you can see. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, here's that 11 low. We're going to call that our 0 point. I believe we've got that we can count 5 waves up. We can count 5 waves here, and then a flat correction 2, 5 waves up for 3, a zigzag correction to 4, and 4 did not overlap 1. It came literally right down to the point there. And it did not overlap, though. It came right to the point, did not overlap, and now we thrust back up into this 5. Well, then we get into 5, and we've got this overlapping scenario, okay? And so I think this is what kind of like an ending diagonal or an ending triangle type of thing. And a lot of times that has 5 waves to it, and usually three wave structure. This looks pretty strong as a 3-wave structure, although there's some choppiness in between. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this E point looks like the conclusion of wave 5, and therefore the top of this primary wave 1. And given that we were getting that bearish divergence that I was showing you on a weekly, and the divergence that we're seeing here, we saw it in here, saw it in here. I think we're getting ready to roll over. Let me blow it up a little bit so it's a little bit clearer as to what's going on. Okay. So now we've also broken this trend line. Okay, broke through it down here. We've pulled back to it. And my best thinking as to, in terms of where we're at, if this is the point of E in the end of 5, therefore we're coming down. This could be the first wave, and then we're getting this A, B, C choppiness kind of thing. So I'm expecting this to, so what I'm thinking is that we're getting this kind of a zigzag, kind of a running, expanding flat type thing almost. And that, here's wave 1, and then we get, so we got 1, and then we get this, and 2, and then we roll over and come back down. Now, the real threshold is going to be right up here. We break above this point, then we've got to reevaluate and say, okay, what's really going on? So the good news is we know where our threshold is. We're going to sit back and say, okay, maybe this is doing something different. And that's at high of 72.68. We closed today at 67.83. So again, it looks like we've pulled back to this neckline, and we could be just doing a little bit of an expanded flat type of correction move, given that we've broken this trend line and given the overall scenario that we're in. So that's my best assessment as what's happening with First Solar. We'll have to watch and see whether or not we continue to push higher and take out this high, or whether we now turn and roll back down. So I don't have a specific setup here, but this is just I'll be watching to see if we do get one. All right, hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please share it on social media. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Just click on the red box, download the PDF, and put in your first name and email address, and you'll be good to go. And you'll be able to follow me on Beyond the Chart and have access to the Trade Ideas page and all kinds of good stuff. So this has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. We'll see you on the next video.